The Ant Lord's Citadel. Once upon a time, in the distant past, there was a man who traded fish from coast to coast. One day, a heavy rain poured down. Suddenly, the fishmonger noticed that a tiny ant was about to be carried away by the rushing water. It clung onto a pine needle with its little legs, while danger loomed closer. The fishmonger had a kind heart. "Oh, poor thing, I feel sorry for you." He extended the end of his lever to the ant and rescued it from peril. The next day, the fishmonger traveled the same path again. Out of nowhere, a towering figure appeared before him and spoke. "Yesterday you saved the ant. We are immensely grateful. We wish to reward you. Follow me." "And where shall we go?" asked the fishmonger. "I will show you the way." The giant walked ahead and suddenly stopped in front of a tiny hole in the ground. He pointed at it. "Climb inside." The fishmonger was taken aback. "Into this tiny hole? But how can I fit in there?" "That's not your concern. Just close your eyes tightly," said the giant. The fishmonger obeyed, closing his eyes tightly, and when he opened them, it seemed as if he had entered a heavenly garden. Flowers of all four seasons bloomed around him. Red, white, yellow, and purple. Colorful butterflies of unparalleled beauty fluttered about the flowers. The air was filled with a sweet fragrance, and in the distance, through a gentle veil of spring mist, a magnificent castle sparkled. The fishmonger involuntarily froze in place and asked, "Whose castle is this?" "I'll accompany you there," the giant replied. "It's the castle of the Ant Lord." In an instant, they found themselves inside the castle. The Ant Lord warmly welcomed the messenger. Lavish delicacies were served to the guest, and the ant maidens entertained him with cheerful dances. "Accept these gifts as a token of gratitude for saving my kingdom," said the Ant Lord, presenting the messenger with a magnificent silk garment. With a single wave of its sleeve, the robe could grant any wish. But be cautious, do not show it to anyone, or it will lose its wondrous power. From that moment on, the messenger no longer needed to trade fish. Merely waving the sleeve of the magical robe and making a wish brought forth everything: money, clothing, and delicious food. The messenger lived a prosperous life in a new and beautiful home. One day, while her husband was away, the messenger's wife was tidying up in the closet and noticed a small chest. Where did it come from? Curiosity got the better of her, and she opened it to find an ornate patterned robe inside. Jealousy consumed the wife. "Surely," she thought, "my husband brought this garment from some wicked place and is hiding it from me. Just wait, I'll teach you a lesson. You'll know what it's like to visit those deceitful beauties." She threw the precious robe into the fireplace. Flames erupted and spread across the floor like wildfire. Everything caught ablaze and burned to ashes. The new, beautiful home, the clothes, and the possessions. When the messenger returned, all he found was ruins instead of his home. His wife stood beside the smoldering coals, weeping bitterly. "I have caused a great calamity, my husband. Unintentionally, I know not how, I burned down the entire house." "How? Did everything burn to the ground? He asked. But at least you managed to save the little chest from the fire, the one that was in the corner of the closet. No, it was the first thing to burn, she replied. The messenger sighed deeply. Well, in that case, all is lost. You cannot wave a sleeve that no longer exists. The Rabbit Reader read for you. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you for watching.